Here's our information if you'd like to check out more about us. We are up to our next repair, so if you're sending something to us, you'll be waiting a little while. We have a lot of repairs in right now. Alright, this is Zareba, 50 mile. There's a bunch of brands that sell this version of style. This is the Red Snapper, 50 mile, Blitzer, 50 mile. I think the American Farm Works, 60 miles, the same thing. Well, on this unit here, the note says, no response after plugging it in. Not sure what that means, but let's plug it in and see what it does. Actually, I'm not even going to plug it in. Just going to take it apart, so test some things. All right. Oh, jeez. Oh, what the hell? These just pop right apart. Something's got this bound up. Oh. Come on. Why is this so sticky? Alright, well that's it right there. 3 parts to it. This, the circuit board, capacitor, transformer, it's the basics. Well, the note said it doesn't do anything when you plug it in, so all three of these can cause the same issue. So you got to get to test things. You can't just guess, you got to test. Alright, let's so that's primarily the transformer. That's the red and black wire right here for the transformer. Just ohm it out. Should be 0 to 1 ohm. We're getting 0.3 ohms. It's just all transformers for low impedance fence chargers are all the same when it comes to the input side, primary side. It's a closed loop, so it should be 0.1 to 1 ohm. And it's 0.3. All the primary is just a closed loop discharge to be able to allow the board and capacitor to discharge through it. Now the output side, that varies from model to model. Reads 14, that's probably good, I don't know. Some read 4 ohms, some read 2, some read 33, 35. So I don't know. So that one could be right on, it could be way high or way low. So the transformer is not an issue at the moment. Let's check this capacitor. Let's unplug the transformer first, real quick. Just to get it out of the way. Let's pull this board up. Don't see anything noticeably burnt or anything on there. I haven't plugged this unit in, so this capacitor should not be charged up, but I've been hit a few times by the capacitors. This thing's hurt you. So now we're going to test the capacitor. We're going to put our meter on capacitance, which is that little yellow symbol right there above my thumb. It's not ohms, not continuity, diodes, none of this other stuff. So not every meter can test capacitors, but that's what you got to have on your meter to be able to test it. And I think this is a 15 microfarad. There's no polarity to it. Come on. We're in 14.9 out of 15. So the issue's in the board somewhere. Well, I can already. I see what's wrong now. This component right there, there's dead ants on it right there. I don't know if you can see that in the video or not. Down between them little legs down there, a little 3-legged deal. It's got ants across it, so bugs got in here. This is a double-sided board, which means it's soldered on the front side and the back side of the board. And I don't have I don't have that particular one. I've got a bunch of brands use different ones of these things, and they're not all the same. And I don't have that one in stock. I don't stock that one. So what do? Put another board in there, of course. Um, Let me see what I got for parts. Oh man. Alright. I don't like these new style boards of theirs. I usually use the old style ones if we got them. They're just a better quality. So I've got a bunch of those, not a bunch, but a handful of those still left over in stock. Anytime even though it's older style board, I think it's kind of an upgrade because the older boards were better built than the newer ones are. So this is probably a 15-year-old board, design-wise, but you can see it's all old school. None of that digital bullshit on this one that they got on those. So now the wires plug in different spots located on the board, but the nice thing is, and maybe Zareba and these guys do it just for assembly wise. All the tabs, even though they're different locations, each one of them have like J2, J1, J3, whatever. All the J tabs are all the same number between the old board and the new board. So you can take this old board and put it in here. As long as you put the right wires on the right tabs, it works just fine. So let's plug. I'm so gun shy with stupid capacitors. Even though I didn't plug the dumb thing in, I know it's probably not charged up, but also this board could be charged up too. These little yellow things on there are capacitors as well. Oh, come on. I'm going to take this nut loose in the back because this capacitor is bolted to the case, or bolted to the board. Separate part. We're not going to be using the nut and bolt on this one. Dead spider inside the box. Alright, so now we're going to put the capacitor, since we can't bolt the capacitor to the board anymore, we're going to hide it right there. And the capacitor, the transfer will sit right on top of it. That's my little trick. But what I do to kind of keep that thing from moving around too much, once you put the capacitor or the transformer back on top of it and the close lip, it really ain't going to go anywhere, but if it'll rattle around, and that might make a customer like, what the hell is, why is there stuff rolling around on the inside? It's nothing, it's just a capacitor, it'll be alright. But to lessen the chance of that happening and getting that phone call, I usually, whoops, dang it. I use double-sided tape to thing inside there, right against the case like that. If that thing had been live, man, it would lit me up. Alright, so the transfer will sit like this, right on top of that, and that'll help keep that in place as well. Now the board, we're going to put it like that. See, it fits right in there, no problem. I got a little cheat sheet I use for these boards because I don't always remember which wire goes where. The only ones I do remember is J1 and J2 or power cord. And I'm hoping this board's brand new, but it's, it's 10 to 15 years old, so it is old. But it's like new old stock. So these boards usually don't go bad, especially these old style ones. They don't go bad really from setting too much. Alright, so now I gotta remember these other things. I think these wires here, or maybe these wires here, might be a little too short to reach these, so we might have to splice on some wire to make them longer. Well, let me look at my cheat sheet. Let's say J3 is a red transformer, which J3 is right there. So let's see if I can get this board in here. See where we're going to be putting it at. J3 is red transformer. Looks like, oh god, it's like an inch too short. All right, now let's get our snips out. We're gonna snip the wire back. And then I need wire. We'll strip off a little bit, and we'll solder them together. I usually solder them like this, I can use butt connector, but I don't know. I don't want it to break apart, come loose. So you solder them like this. You know, just put a little solder on this one, lay them over top of each other, and then blend them together. But you can also twist them together, solder, and then we'll put a piece of heat shrink over the top of those. This is just a little faster. Come on. So this was red wire, it goes to 3, so we'll just cut it like right there. Should be long enough. I have a little too much wire and not enough, so we'll make it just a little longer. And then we can just tuck those wires down. Oops. Okay. We'll heat shrink that one up in a minute. Alright, J4 is a black transformer, and that's it's way up here. Oh, you can see it's just a little too short. It reaches. It's alright. It's soldered real good there and there, so probably I should leave it like that. I don't like it being that tight because it could pull from over here from stress and strain, and that pops loose and it stops working. So let's do it right. Not even broke off anyways. So let's just do it right. Yeah, save a little time. Let's just do it this way. Won't have to hopefully have this thing come back anytime soon. Have to do the work twice and have to do the second repair for free. And any money you make on the repair just goes right out the window. All right. Come on. Now heat shrink that one. Well, all we have left now is that tab and that tab, so I can figure out which ones these go on. J5 is a red capacitor, which was J6, so that's a black one. So move the red one over here. The black one reaches just fine. Red one. If I can get this thing to stay the right angle, I don't think we should have to add any wire to it. Get on there. Come on. Alright, let's go to heat shrink So I buy heat shrink by the roll, like 20-foot rolls. Like this stuff here, is black stuff here. It's got some kind of gel, I don't know, some kind of sticky residue on the inside. It kind of helps bind things together and stuff out as you heat it up. Hot. Alright, so we did everything right. This board is indeed good, which it should be. When we plug this thing in, it should go to working. Alright, let's see what happens. Turn the power strip on. Please work. There it goes. Winner every time. And the light's flashing too, it's kind of nice. Nice little spark from it, so I'm sure it's putting out good voltage, but let's test the output. And we're getting a little over 7,000 volts out of it. So this one is working fine. Alright, let's make sure that we can close the lid with all that extra wire. Close right up. Quite yet. Working like a dream again. Alright, well, I'm going to stop this live feed, and I'm probably going to go get another unit and bring it over and work. I may do another live video of it. I don't know. We'll see what happens. There's our information right there. So if you got one of these fence chargers, this is a Zareba 50 mile. Like I said earlier in the video, if you didn't see it, this isn't very old. It's a 2019 model, but bugs got in the dumb thing and ruined the board. So with it being it's not a sealed unit, but how in the hell do bugs get inside this thing? You get a little hole right down there at the bottom. It's probably where they got it at our back right here where the cord's at. That's what I can see, really. But there's like Red Snapper makes a version of this, Blitzer, American Farm Works, the company that's sold Tractor Supply. They're what do you call it? 60 mile unit. Thinks the same thing as this one. I don't know. You get the extra 10 miles for the same jewel as this one. But anyways, oh excuse me, that's it for this video. I'm going to stop it. I'm going to go grab another unit, and maybe we'll start another live video on it. Or actually, why don't I just stop? I'll just grab it. The unit's right over here somewhere. I'll start on another one. I'll stop this video, and I'll just restart one back up here in a second. And then we'll do it again.